he has to take the registration for that project also, which is not yet at the time of start. It was not under RERA regulation.
Yes, yes. He has to take registration for each and every project he is going to implement in future, which is more than 5,000 square feet or which is having more than 8 units. So it's a compulsory and it comes under the RERA. If you suppose you are a developers and builders, tomorrow if you want to construct an apartment on your land, and if it's a 4-story building and each store has two flats, so almost it's a 8 flats building, so you need not to take the approval from the RERA. But suppose if you want to add one more floor with one more units, then the total units will be 9. Then you comes under the RERA and you need to take the approval from the RERA. So that is the case.
Okay. Now the question is, say there are more than 25-30 units, which has come under builder made by the builder at one unit, at one project, and he has given the possession letter. The NOC might have come, therefore only he gone for possession. And after possession, there is a term called registration of property.
Okay.
That registration of property in name of all the occupant should be there. So is there any rules or regulation with respect to that? What is the minimum time required? What are the liabilities or regularities for getting registered to the owner? Is there any rules regulation in RERA also? Or second is, if the builder goes defaulter, he is not able to do the registration for that particular for few of the owners, then what is the penalty, or what are the steps to be taken by the owner to get the flat registered?
Okay, got it. So your first question is there is any time frame to do the sale deed or registration? So sir, there is a time frame for the registration of the property. See, if it's a land project, so almost a release letter has been released by a competent authority. Release letter means, suppose there is 100 plots. So first release letter of 20% will be there. Means 20 plots can be taken for registration. So if 20 owners are ready with their money into their pocket or into their hand, so they can go to the sub-registrar office and they can make the sale deed. So that is not a mandatory from the RERA side, but yes, if you are supposed to do the registration and if money is available with you and that a release letter are there, so you can do the registration. But ultimately, if you are not ready, then you can take the registration in the 40% or the remaining 60%. Means 20%, then again 20%, then the 60% release letter has been released by the authority, and you are free to do the registration within that time frame. Once 100% release letter or allotment are there from the authority, then you are free to do the registration. There is no binding as such, but if you want your property on your name as early as possible, it's your call.
What about flats or floors? Is there any rules for that also?
Yes.
Timeline?
Yes. There is no timeline as such, but if some checklists are there, suppose document A, document B, document C, document E. Fine. If all the documents are ready, then you can go and ask the developers and builder, I am ready for the registration. My money is also with me. We will go and do the registration. So any builders and developers cannot deny for the registration, because he also wants the full amount of money from you. So final registration means final handing over of the project, and he will get 100% payment against that property or that product. So any builders and developers cannot deny the sale deed. But yes, if he is not ready because of n number of reasons, his project is not ready, his documentation is not ready, that release letter is not available from the authority, then he will say, registration is not possible, or there is a stop of registration, there is a no registration going on in the sub register office. So likewise he can say anything, but that is not the case. Registrar office will not close, because it's a revenue generation office in India. And anyhow, almost Saturday and Sunday, every day registration office is open and registration is going on.